Today we're taking a look at Steve McQueen's watch.
Hi, we're Clockbait. I'm Anthony.
I'm Luke.
And today we're going to discuss the TAG Monaco. But first of all, just a quick message to say please subscribe. It really helps the channel and we really appreciate your support. So yeah, let's dive straight into the specs on this watch, mate.
Right, a quick spec check on the watch then. So firstly, it's square.
Yeah, first square watch we've
Get the obvious thing out of the way.
Yeah. First one we've reviewed on the channel as well.
It is, yeah. It's 39mm all around. It also has a lug to lug of 47, so it sits quite flat on the wrist.
Yeah.
Lug width is 22mm.
Yep, so fairly big, yeah.
It does come with 30mm water resistance, so you can't really take a shower in that. And
oh, yeah, it'd be alright. And then it's 14mm thick, but I think that's like between 3 and 4mm is actually taken up by the box acrylic.
And it really does protrude quite a lot, which we'll touch on in a second or so. Yeah. Movement-wise, it is the CW2113. It's called the Caliber 17 from TAG, but it's a derived 2894 movement, which is ETA.
Which is hacking, manual wind.
Hacking, manual wind, and you do get the date complication as well. And it's a chronograph.
Yeah, so that's the specs out of the way.
Watch-wise.
Yeah, watch-wise. I mean, what do you think of it?
I like it. I like it. Whether I own one, we'll get onto that in a second or so. But I think there's such an iconic design.
Yeah,
you almost like them before you even see them as a watch person. You know, do you know what I mean? It's.
I knew, same with you. I knew about this watch before I got into watches. Yeah. I mean, bloody hell, Steve McQueen wore it. Like, if
you don't know watches, you know the Rolex Submariner. You might know some kind of Omega, maybe a Planet Ocean, and you'll know the TAG Monaco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like the definition of square watches. You got the rectangle, which is like the Cartier tank, and the JLC Reverso. But square, it's always going to be the Monaco.
Definitely, it almost pays homage to the was it 1969 these first came out?
1969, because there's another discrepancy with.
TAG mentioned it on their website. They said they made the first automatic chronograph, which.
Is it true or is it not true? Because you've got Zenith, you've got Seiko the 6139, and then Hamilton as well, wasn't it?
I think that Hamilton was a combination between them and TAG, maybe. I think it was like a kind of a combined. I can't remember what the actual.
So basically,
typical Clockbait fashion, we can't remember.
But basically, the jury's still out there on whether they were the first.
I think Zenith technically was the first. And I think in September '69 it was between this and the Seiko, but Zenith wasn't mass produced.
So either way, it's very iconic and it's quite historic with how far back it goes. And I think it's quite faithful to the original. It's just modernised in the right ways.
Yeah, exactly. Like you made the analogy before, it's like an older, say,
Land Rover. Yeah, the old Land Rover Defender. But
with aircon.
With aircon, yeah. So it's just like the newer models. Yeah, instead of a Series 1, it's now like a Series 3, Series 4 with aircon.
And to modernise it, I mean, the main things they have done, I think it's 1mm thick, 1mm wider.
Yeah.
And it has got that lovely sunburst. The blue dial. It's gorgeous. It really is
so well. And then obviously the sub dials are inset, whereas the old ones weren't.
And they're countersunk, aren't they?
Which I really like. Yeah, I like that. I like that as an addition.
You have your tracking seconds at 3 o'clock. You have your minute counter for the chronograph at 9 o'clock, and down at the bottom you do have a date complication as well, sitting at 6, which works perfectly in this. Which again, faithful to the original. They're all in the same position. Only thing that's not in the same position is the crown. That actually sat over on the 9 o'clock side.
And again, I prefer it. I don't like left-hand drive watches, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan, so I like that crown, regardless of whether it digs in or not due to the size. I don't care. The crowns always should be at 3 o'clock and on the right-hand side. That's watches for me anyway. But then watches are supposed to be round, not square.
Yeah.
So that goes out the window anyway. But the movement. I mean, for the price of these watches, so the new equivalent for this watch is about $4,350, or if you go for like the vintage reissue, it's like $4,750.
Which is a lot more faithful to the original. It's pretty much not maybe a 1-to-1 replica, but it has the TAG movement inside.
The Caliber 11.
Yeah, so which is more of an in-house in the new TAG. Oh, I think it's the Caliber 12 on the new ones. I think the original was the Caliber 11
and then
the
now
60s.
Caliber 12. But what I'm saying is at that price point, between $4,000 and $5,000, I mean, this wouldn't get a look in with so many other watches.
You reckon?
Oh, not close to me. I mean, it's a lovely watch. I like it, but would I buy it? Not even for half the price.
People that buy these, though, want them. You know, there's nothing else out there that they even consider.
And they've got all the special editions, like the golf ones as well, like the golf coloured one, which I think is pretty funky. But again, that definitely wouldn't get a look in. And that is an absolutely lovely watch. Fantastic, iconic watch. But for me, I wouldn't be spending that amount of money on it, even pre-owned, because it's probably one of the only tags that actually hold on to a bit of value.
Maybe, you know, like I said, that people only want this, but maybe people are looking for a vintage chronograph, and you choose between that and the Speedmaster. Maybe the El Primero gets a look in as well. But I think
would I have that over a Speedmaster? No chance. Not a chance.
No, I agree. I mean, I think they're lovely looking watches. I don't think they suit my wrist. I don't know whether it's... We've got a similar wrist size, and you said it kind of suits your wrist. But I think they actually
it sits lovely and flat. I really like how it wears.
I do feel like they wear larger than 39mm. I think that wears more like a 42.
Yeah, it does as well. Lug to lug. It's lug to lug 37, which is... sorry, lug to lug of 47, which is the same as your Speedy Pro. So yeah, it wears like a bigger watch. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but some people under 7-inch wrist sizes are not going to get on with that, because it's very top end heavy, especially on that rubber strap, which is god awful, by the way.
I love rubber straps.
No,
that is so comfortable.
No, rubber either gets rid of your mistakes or it spices up the life in the bedroom. You do not need it on a watch. Especially something with only 30 metres water resistance. Well, absolutely not. Do you need a rubber on it?
I totally need a rubber on it.
You do not need a rubber on it. It's plenty safe enough.
No, 30 metre water resistance, I don't think it's an issue with this. I mean, it was designed as a racing chronograph. And when you think of iconic racing chronographs, you think of this, and you think of the Daytona, both of which have the name as well to carry with it. But I think for us Europeans, I think the Monaco name is more iconic than the Daytona.
Oh, definitely,
yeah. I mean, Monaco, it does bring, you know, the connotations between racing, luxury lifestyle, yachts, prostitutes, all them things that you get.
And a bit of gambling. Yeah.
In Monaco.
All of the sins.
No, I think it's a lovely looking watch, but it's just not for me. It's never ever been on my radar.
I like it and I appreciate it from afar, but yeah, I wouldn't be paying money for it. 1,500 quid, someone offered me for one of those, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll take a punt on it. But the 2 or 3 grand that thing's worth, being a 2005 and pre-owned, absolutely no chance. There is so many other things.
One thing that is interesting, though, I mean, TAG are known for, you buy it new and they hemorrhage money straight away. You know, you're never going to
as I said, value. This does hold value.
It does hold value.
So as a pre-owned buyer, I think it's quite good. And if you want that new watch feeling, it's not too much of a bad and you can go straight into a jeweller's and buy one. Everyone's got these in stock. So
you're never going to buy one as an investment piece, but
you buy it because you love it.
Yeah, exactly. And people that do,
and I think people do genuinely love them.
Love them, and I kind of get it. I do get why people really like them. It's just the design, not for me. I'm just not a square watch fan.
It feels like it's built quite well. It's got nice materials. The movement's not too bad.
And what's nice about the old ETA movements and these, they're easily serviceable.
Exactly. So it's a cheap watch to kind of run, basically.
Yeah, hacking, hand winding.
Pretty reliable.
It's automatic. Power reserve on this. Do you know what it is?
I believe it's 50 hours.
50-hour power reserve, so that's good as well.
The pushers I don't like on it.
Don't you? What don't you like about the pushers?
Quite a strong push.
Oh, right, the actual action of the pushers.
Yeah, it's a bit... But I like the shape of the pushers. They're quite nice. That's a little bit different to the normal round.
I like the fact they're angled, but they're angled towards, because it's not completely square, the case. On the outside, it's kind of rounded, and they're kind of angled to the direction of where it's rounded.
Yeah, it's a nice looking package as a total. So I think to summarise, if you've been looking at a TAG Monaco and you see the pictures, you want one. And from what we can see from us handling it, I don't think there's any reason not to buy it.
Yeah,
it's personal taste from our
absolutely. That's the beautiful thing about this hobby. Everyone's got their own taste.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if everyone had the same bloody opinion, it'd be a boring old world, wouldn't it?
Everyone would be wearing subs.
Everyone would be wearing subs, yeah.
If you can find them.
Everyone would be wearing massive cliches. But no, I think if you like this watch from pictures, you're going to love it in real life, and it's well worth buying if you like it like that. Do you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's
perfect. So if you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. As I say, it really helps us out. Please share the video as well if you like what we've done. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.